Good morning, friends. I want to talk about the impeding financial storm that's coming and how I'm going to be prepared for it. And I'm going to share with you how you can be prepared for it too. The impeding storm is crazy. There's like more than 5 reasons of what's going to cause massive possible correction. Sometimes my crystal ball is broken, but a lot of times it's right. And I'm going to tell you how you can take advantage of this and literally be able to get stocks, crypto, real estate for possibly a huge discount. Last time this happened, we took a 50% discount. The time before that, in 2008, 2009, in that time frame, we took about a 50% discount. The coronavirus scare, obviously, when that started, caused a huge discount to happen. So I've got some notes here I just want to read to you. So get your pen and pad out and please take note of this, okay? Now, one thing's first. When I give you this information, I don't want you to take all your stock and all your real estate and all your crypto and sell it all completely, though, because I have been wrong, and a lot of times small corrections happen along the way. But let me give you some reasons of why I think we might have the biggest one that we've ever experienced. First, China. China is going to, they're in this big thing where they might have to delist a lot of the Chinese stocks off the American Stock Exchange. Now, there's huge companies in China, as you know. If this happens, there could be a major sell-off in the stock market. That's reason one. Second thing is COVID fear with all the new variants coming out. You're going to watch the news, probably talk about a lot of these new variants, and they're really going to hype it up. More lockdowns, again, because people have been conditioned to so much fear with COVID that they tend to panic a lot emotionally when this happens. And rightfully so, because I think the media right now just is really hyping, the whole thing with COVID. And they accentuate that because it makes good news as well. But what's going to happen though? Because people are so conditioned to that, you're probably going to see a lot of fear factor going up. And this could cause panic sales because people may fear economic closure, lockdowns, and more business problems as well. And it will also increase the supply chain problem as borders get locked down. I want you to think about the supply chain problem that probably could be happening. And it's already happening, but imagine it being intensified like double. Okay, that's going to cause some major issues there. Another thing too is people are profit taking. People profit take a lot of times, and they also take losses at the end of the year. You need to talk to your CPA, but a lot of times if people have had losses in certain crypto positions, unlike stocks where if you buy and sell really quickly to reposition to try to get a tax advantage. So if you've lost money and then you sell and then you rebuy, you have to wait a certain amount of time to rebuy it. Otherwise it's like a wash sale. Again, talk to your CPA about that. But in crypto so far, that doesn't happen. So if you've lost 10 grand on a position, you sell it and you redeploy it though, the tax implications aren't nearly as severe. So a lot of people may just be going to cash. So that's another big one. Tax fears of long-term capital gains are massive right now. Right now, if you hold certain things, real estate and that for a certain amount of time, over 1 year, you pay a lot less tax than short-term capital gains. Same thing with stocks and things like that. If you trade, you pay your full income tax rate typically. I know I do if I trade, so that's why I don't like to trade. And if you hold for more than a year and then you sell, usually you pay less tax. But a lot of times right near the end of the year, everybody starts like taking profits on some of that stuff too. So that's another one that's going to happen. Also, rising interest rates though. The Fed has artificially held interest rates low, which is kept to try to reboost the economy, and it looks like it's actually worked. And we don't know how long they'll do that. We do know that they've talked about possibly next year in raising those rates. That's going to make real estate a lot less affordable for people, and so that could cause a housing market price correction. You add up all those things, that's a lot of reasons for some massive corrections. Now, crypto, real estate, and stocks. Real estate tends to react more to interest rate and demand, and obviously migration. But with stocks and crypto, they're highly connected. Because cash is cash. So pretend you had like 100 grand, right? And you had a bunch of stocks and you had a bunch of crypto and the crypto crashed. Well, you may get really fearful and start liquidating a lot of stocks and taking your profits there to try to raise cash. So if everybody starts doing this at the same time, you're going to see a momentum drop. If you remember, I've been doing crypto since 2013, 14 era, and we took an 80% drop, mid 80s actually in some of the positions. So it was kind of interesting. And the stock market too. And if you remember, just shortly to the beginning of COVID, we took a 50% correction in Bitcoins and we took a 50% correction in the stock market for a very short amount of time. That's the window to strike. And so what I would say is this, try to have as much powder dry, meaning cash in the bank ready to go for these things. I wouldn't panic sell everything personally and go all cash though, because hey, you know, things may work themselves out a little bit though. And people may feel like stock, crypto, and real estate are where they want to pile their cash because inflation, and that's the final one, inflation, being it's really on the super rise, it's insane right now. I think that inflation's over 15%. Why? 10 years ago, how much was Diet Coke, one of those good sized bottles at 7-Eleven? It was like $1, right? Now it's like $2.49. If you divide that among a decade of 10 years, that's like over 10% inflation a year. It's crazy. That means your dollar is worth 15% less a year. So $1 now, 12 months from now, in reality, could be worth only, 85 cents. So it's freaking crazy. Guys, I want you to think about this. Watch this video. Again, write the stuff down and do your own research. Talk to professionals, talk to a CPA, talk to your attorneys, talk to your financial planners. Again, I'm just an entrepreneur, and I love to share the insights that I get from people that are a lot smarter than me. And then I connect the dots together and I share it with you. If you find value on this, please share this on your social media. That's all I ask you to do, is to share this on your social media, because I think this is how we can help a lot of people avoid a lot of pain. Imagine watching this video in 2008 before the crash. Imagine watching this if they had this type of platform in the late 90s from the dot-com bubble. Imagine, okay, guys? So there's some opportunity coming up, and there's always a silver lining. So share this right now and get going on this. Appreciate you guys. I love you. And the pugs, they love you too.